Luke, it came to pass when the time was come that he should be received up, he steadfastly set his face to go to Jerusalem. This is not him ascending into heaven. This is him going up to Jerusalem, because Jerusalem was a higher elevation. They always said they're going up to Jerusalem, even though it was further south from some places. They're not going up north, they're going up in elevation to Jerusalem. And it doesn't have like any story of what he does in Jerusalem. It talks about on the way, he goes through Samaria, he meets the Samaritans, they reject him because they know he's going to Jerusalem instead of staying in Samaria to worship. I'm convinced that this going up to Jerusalem, that is the Feast of Tabernacles mentioned in John. Because I already stopped at the end of John 6. The beginning of John 7 says he would not walk in Galilee because they want to kill him. But then verse 2, the Feast of Tabernacles is at hand. And eventually he does go to Jerusalem. So there's a certain amount of time where he is only in Galilee because they want to kill him. So some events happen there. I believe that's the Transfiguration. Then, verse 2 in John picks up. The Feast of Tabernacles is at hand. That's where Luke 9:51 should pick up. It came to pass when the time was come that he should be received up, or the Feast of Tabernacles is happening. He's going up to Jerusalem. So Luke 9:51, John 7:2, those are going to be in sync. So a lot of stuff happens between the end of John 6 and the beginning of John 7. And only John 7:1 is put in there somewhere after the Pharisees have one more interaction with Jesus. As I stated earlier, Matthew and Mark stop for now. There's a lot from Luke and portions from John, and I wasn't quite sure where those portions come from. So I was just going to continue with Luke 9:51. The very next words are that it came to pass the time he should be received up, he steadfastly set his face to go to Jerusalem. And from John, we know that the next time he goes to Jerusalem is the Feast of Tabernacles, and all of chapter 7 is what happens during that feast. But if I go right to Jesus' movements through Luke to Jerusalem, I would need to know where to put John 7:1, because this is a mention that he is staying in Galilee during the time before he goes to Jerusalem. So I can't actually begin with Jesus setting his face to go to Jerusalem until I mention somewhere John 7:1, that after these things he would not walk in Jewry, which is Judea, because the Jews wanted to kill him. Then the Feast of Tabernacles is near. Then I can begin with Luke 9:51. Because the Feast of Tabernacles is near, he set his face to go to Jerusalem. That's why he's going. After the feeding of the 4,000, a wicked and adulterous generation seeks after a sign. No sign shall be given but the sign of the prophet Jonah. This is his final interaction with them. This is where it probably best fits. John 7:1. I think the best way to combine John 7:2 through 10, the story of how it is the Feast of Tabernacles. His brethren therefore said to him, "Depart." They didn't believe him. Jesus said, "My time is not yet come." Verse 9, he stayed in Galilee. Verse 10, when his brethren were gone, then he went up to the feast in secret. So how to combine that from John with Luke? The setting is that the Feast of Tabernacles is at hand. It's time to go. Before the time was come that he should go to Jerusalem. So I'm going to save Luke 51 for when he actually goes and have all the setting from John first. It's the time of the Feast of Tabernacles. His brethren go. And then before it says, he went up in secret, that's when I'll say, and it came to pass when it was his time to go. He went up in secret. So, John first. Now, the Jews... Feast of Tabernacles was at hand. His brethren therefore said to him, "Depart from here and go into Judea, for neither did his brethren believe in him. Our time is not yet come." He abode still in Galilee.